Fani Willis. Is she a true hero, a savior of democracy fighting against the bad orange man? Or is she a crook with a badge? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ANN, American News Network. I'm your host, Vlad. I promised you guys I'm going to release a video on Fani Willis, on what the streets in Atlanta are talking about her. We're going to talk about YSL, the worldwide famous rapper that she indicted a few months ago, Young Thug and his group YSL, and a former rapper who was, gunned down on January 11th of 2015. His name was Devin Thomas, aka Big Nut. So how was Trump, the death of Big Nut, Young Thug, and YSL all connected? Approximately 2 weeks before Trump was indicted in Atlanta by Fani Willis, he actually stood, I believe he was doing a speech in New Hampshire, and he said, "This lady in Atlanta wants to indict me, but she's a crook. And I hear that she has, or formerly had, relations with gang leaders." He was talking about Big Nut. Now, I did my research, and so I'm not going to put a big 30-minute video for you guys. I'm going to just break down the goodies in a short span as possible. So Young Thug is a rapper and creator of the group YSL. They were just indicted for RICO in Atlanta by Fani Willis. And what set that RICO investigation off was the homicide of Big Nut that happened in 2015. According to Fani Willis's investigation, the YSL group leader, Young Thug, ordered the hit. Fani Willis stood on a local Atlanta TV with the weeping mother of Big Nut, crying also herself and saying, "I promise I'm going to get your killers." Here's something that people back then didn't really know, only the streets knew. That Big Nut was the lover of Fani Willis. Fani Willis was already the DA. She was already in positions of power. But she was having relationships with gang members, gang leaders, and drug dealers. Then she started going after YSL. She started going after Young Thug. Now, I know some people that live in Atlanta, they're not in the streets, but rumors are circulating. And if you watched videos of when Trump was driving from the courthouse to the airport, he was driving through predominantly black neighborhoods. He was greeted with cheers because the people know about Fani. They know about Big Panty Fani. She's not an angel. She's a crook. She took down YSL and Young Thug because they took out her lover. Well, her lover was a drug dealer. He was a liar. And he took people out too. The rumor today is that she is going after Trump. One, she was given the command by a white liberal that pulls the strings. That's number one. And number two, because Trump called her out for it. Trump called her out for it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when this goes to trial, and Young Thug, he's got a good case against her because it's prejudice. How is it that the DA that is indicting me is the lover of the dude I supposedly took out? How is the DA involved in the streets? I mean, just Go on Google and write in Fani Willis at the club with famous rappers. Everybody. So she hangs around with people of the streets, with gangster rappers, with gang members and gang leaders. And then she stands there as the DA and promises their mom, I promise to get the people that did this to your son. And her son that she's making these promises about was her secret lover. She's dirty. She is dirty. When she was in high school, she was part of the Inglewood gang. She was part of the Inglewood Bloods in Atlanta. And it is a very well-known fact down in Atlanta, Georgia, that Fani Willis was a gang member of the Inglewood Bloods when she was in high school. And now she's fighting for justice. She's got cousins that are convicted killers, dope dealers, some even worse, who are in prison. She's a lot like the Biden family. You know, Joe Biden wants to act like this good guy, but you look at his family, it's criminal, it's disgusting, it's rehab, it's crack, it's hookers, divorces, children out of wedlock. Same with hers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to spend too much of my time on this, but in the description, there's a link to a video of a guy who made a great video. If you want to know more, check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, share. God bless.